Hey guys, it's me, Audra Art of Church, and I'm popping in to chat with you guys about a really emotional conversation I had earlier today that is such a reminder to me of why it's so important for us to share our stories, regardless to what your experience is. So before I get started with that, as you guys pop into the broadcast, let me know who you are and where you are watching from. Hey Vern, shout out to you, hun. Thank you for tuning in. And while you guys are popping in, can I show you my hairdo? Can I show you my little fresh cut I just got? Didn't he do that? Shout out to Travell Baker from King Cuts in Virginia Beach on General Booth Boulevard. I tell you, I now understand why dudes would hang out in the barbershop all day. I love the vibe of King Cuts. And just the whole staff, just the whole vibe of the establishment is a testament to the owner. You know, Travell Baker, he's just awesome. And his staff is as well. Shout out to Bria Riddick, who is one of the barbers there. And she has Girls That Fade is the name of her brand. Isn't that name hot? Girls That Fade? So yeah, Girls That Fade. Anyway, so I'm loving my new hairdo, feeling all good, and said, let me just go in and pop on live and hang out with you guys. Hey Nicole, thank you for joining. Girl, you now look like you, right? So I wanted to pop on and chat about even the conversation that I had in the barbershop. You know, my only second visit to the barbershop. I'm already hooked, loving it. And I was chatting with the staff and the owners and the barbers. And it's really great when you can walk into a space and feel the vibe and connect with it immediately. Energy matters. Energy matters. Energy matters. For you entrepreneurs and authors and business owners, understand that your audience, your folks, they're going to vibe off of your energy and what you're giving off. So if you're having a humdrum day, that's going to translate into your pocket. Trust me. And I'm not saying come off fake, because I don't encourage that for anybody. Real talk. Hashtag authentic Audra. But on days when you notice your energy is kind of low, recognize it, address it, and get back on track. Because allowing yourself to stay in a funk can have such effects on your business that sometimes it could be hard to shake off once things are back in place. You know, I think about this barbershop. This was only my second time in a barbershop. You know, as a girl, right? I'm not used to going into a barbershop. I'm being real, you know? Well, it's not my thing. But the vibe was so cool. It was so welcoming that after the first time I went, it was no issue for me to go back in today. But the energy was right the first time. How many of you watching have ever gone to a business and the first time you went, the energy and the experience was so bad, you're like, I ain't never going back there again. No second chances. Hashtag no second chances, right? So as an entrepreneur, you definitely want to watch your energy. But that ain't even why I popped on live today. I just want to show you guys my little hairdo that Travell Barker hooked up. And I want to talk about a conversation I had with a dear friend of mine who's an author and a filmmaker, Tamika Wimborne. And if you're not following her, you want to check out because she is amazing. Tamika was one of the in fact, she was the first person I met that had published her own book. We met back in, I want to say it was 2008. Yeah, 2008, because it was around the presidential election time when we met. And I was living in Suffolk, and she wrote her book, and I was so amazed by her process. So as we talked and I shared about my journey and my story and the things I had gone through, and that maybe one day I could write a book, like maybe. And she was like, oh, absolutely. And it seemed like such a monumental feat. I know, funny, right? Because I've already done 4 books and got 2 more coming this year. Funny now, right? But at the time, more than 10 years ago, the thought of writing my own book was like, ugh. And I felt so honored to be in the presence of Tamika, who was a published author. And honey, she was grinding. She was selling that book. You know, authors want to have excuses about not being able to sell books. Tamika would get on the phone every day and call bookstores, and she got her book on shelves all by herself. So shout out to you, Tamika Wimborne. So we were talking today because now she's moved on from sharing her stories in written form to now screenplays and doing movies, right? And so we were talking today, and she reminded me of those earlier conversations. She reminded me of where I was then, how I viewed myself then, and to be honest, how ashamed I was of my story. And I'm not going to say it made me sad. It did, because I'm not sad about where I was then, but it's enlightening to me to see how I've grown and how I've learned that all of those experiences made me the woman I am. Good, bad, or indifferent, it made me me. And I do wish I could have embraced all of me earlier, but the fact that, y'all, I'll be 50 in less than 5 months, 50 in less than 5. I am understanding what it means to truly live your best life. See, living your best life ain't things. Living your best life ain't cars. Living your best life ain't houses. Living your best life is being happy with the woman and the person you see in the mirror. And like really meaning it. Living your best life is being willing to take the steps to get to the things in life you want, which is for me to walk in my purpose. Oh, hey, Toya, she said I'm still looking like 30. Hey, I'll take that. And I feel amazing. I feel so amazing with what my life is right now. And the story, because right now, God, I'm still living, so I'm still living my story. And so there's still more to share. And my commitment to myself now, before I even get 50 in 5 months, yeah, July 27th, it's going to be hot, y'all. Look out for the party invite. What I'm going to do right now is embrace all of it. You know, one thing my business coach, April Franks, has been talking a lot about lately is disruptions. And how disruptions come to remind you who you are and to help you elevate to the next level. Anybody else had some disruptions lately? Has anybody else watching had some disruptions, like major life things happening that you probably don't want to tell nobody and that you're probably a little angry about? If you can relate, put in the comments, I can relate. I want to encourage you to recognize it for what it is. Don't be disgruntled about the process. Embrace it and understand it's all meant to take you to the next level, and there's nothing to be ashamed of. So I want to encourage you, wherever you are, whatever it is you're going through, whether it's in spoken form, written form, or via a movie, share your story. Share your story. And when you do it with pride, because you're still here to tell it. And that's something amazing to be proud of. See, the Audra that Tamika met in 2008, she didn't understand that. In 2008, I didn't get that my story was something for me to be proud of. You see, I was homeless at 15. I was pregnant by 17. My mother suffered with mental illness. I lost custody of my son. I bounced around from place to place to place, home to home to home. And so I was ashamed of all of those experiences. But what I know today is, one, all the things I thought I lost, God can restore. And when He shows up big. He shows up big. So instead of begrudging the process, I've learned to embrace the whole thing and share my story with class, with grace, and with the understanding that my past don't define me. It's who I am today. That makes all the difference. So I want to encourage you guys, just like Tamika M. Wimborne, author, film screenwriter, and director, told me over 10 years ago. Girl, you had nothing to be ashamed of. I'm saying that to you. You have nothing to be ashamed of. Tell that story. Get it out there. Because you never know who is waiting to hear from you, whose life you're going to impact. And most importantly, y'all, the freedom you get from telling it, that part you can't even put into words. I'm Audra R. of Church. Ladies, for those that are watching, please make sure you share this broadcast. Share this broadcast out, because this little nugget could make the difference, not just for you, but somebody else you love. And then meet me over in my community, Mastering Meaningful Manuscripts, because there we'll help you craft your story and help you